Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. So the rumors and leaks about the AMD EPYC Grado came true after all, as we have confirmed news about AMD launches EPYC 4005 Grado on AM5 platform enterprise CPUs featuring from 6 core all the way to 16 Zen 5 cores. Now AMD unveils its EPYC 4005 series processor for entry-level enterprise that provides balance of performance, dependability and efficiency in an affordable, easy to deploy on AM5 platform. On May 13, 2025, Santa Clara, California, AMD has launched its EPYC 4005 series processor designed for small and medium businesses, as well as hosted IT providers. Now, this CPU offers some strong performance, efficiency, and enterprise-level features for tasks like cloud services, virtualization environment, and enterprise applications. The EPYC 4005 series is compatible with the AMD AM5 socket used in previous EPYC 4004 series and outperforms Intel Xeon 6300P processor in tests. As we can see in this image, the 6-core EPYC Grado outperforms the 6300P by 1.16 times, 8-core by 1.38 times, and the 16-core by 1.83 times. Now, the key partners including Lenovo OVH Cloud and Supermicro support these processors, which help businesses prepare for the AI era with cost-efficient and reliable solutions. Okay guys, next up today is that we have some leaks about Intel Arc, DRUID, Xe4 and AMD Radeon GFX 13 spotted by sources or leakers in this case. So it looks like AMD is planning for RDNA era 5 architecture as follow-up to RDNA 4, and sorry to say we won't see any 9000 series high-end model as consumers and especially gamers were expecting. Well, that is not the case, but who knows if AMD changes the plan and launches one if they see fit. However, ex-user Kepler-L2, famous for revealing future hardware, and according to Kepler, the Navi 5 or RDNA 5 or maybe UDNA architecture is named as GFX, as you can see on your screen at architectural level, which is he suggests AMD uses it internally during development, but Kepler suggests that GFX 13 is a follow-up of GFX 12, that is RDNA 4 architecture. He also said that enable wave group is related to SWC streaming wave coalescer pseudo out of order execution. Each SIMD takes multiple wave 32 and wave 64 a wave group as input and reorders the work item of each wave to reduce execution divergence. On the other hand, there is also some leaks of Intel Xe4, and leak is from x86 dead and back, and he suggests that Intel Xe4 GPU architecture is named DRUID equals to Gen 15. Now if we see the image shared by x86, it looks like it's from Linux, as we can see the TGZ above this date and time, that is January 16, 19 o'clock sharp, or maybe it's from some open source that we are not aware of, but we can clearly see Xe4 mentioned in the phrase architecture here clearly, and it looks like the GPU is in development, but not sure, because nowadays companies cancel their early production products for known or sometimes for unknown reasons. We know guys, AMD is going to launch their new RX 9060 XT, but news is suggesting that it features higher game clock than RX 9070 boost clock and that on PCIe 5.0 X16 specs. So this card is based on AMD Navi 44 architecture, but with higher clocks. Hardware leaker on Momomo US shared the latest update on RX 9060 XT specs that is circulating on internet as well. So the leaker suggests that the 9060 XT includes game clock of 2700 MHz and 2780 MHz, confirming that the RX 9060 XT game clock is actually higher than the boost clock of RX 9070 non-XT. This leak is confirming the rumor about 9060 XT running on higher clock speed than 9070. Leaker also suggests that the higher boost clock that was seen is 3320 MHz, which significantly exceeds the 9070 XT that is 3100 MHz, and that also on the fastest variant we are talking here. But in this leak shared by Momomo US, there is something really confusing me, and that is a 5.0x16 bandwidth and not x8 as previously rumored. But some news suggests that Navi 44 like architecture does not require wider interface as the performance gains are minimal. However, with PCIe 5.0 using only 8 lanes would result in lower performance in 4.0 PCIe system, as we have seen in case of NVIDIA 8GB RTX 5060 Ti. But to me it looks like AMD took notice of the mistake that NVIDIA done, and by choosing the wider interface, AMD is attempting to avoid similar issue. However, unofficially, AMD is expected to launch the RX 9060 XT at Computex next week. This card will feature 2048 Steam processors and will be available in both 16GB and 8GB memory variants. Pricing, performance, and the power specification have not yet been confirmed by AMD. Okay guys, last up for today is sad news, and I'm sorry guys to break such sad news, but NVIDIA has increased its AI and gaming GPU offering to maximize profitability and counter loss from China. So that is the solution to counter the losses from China by increasing the GPU prices. NVIDIA RTX 5090 is now retailing for $2,500 across multiple retailers. Due to the tariffs and uncertainty in trade, companies like NVIDIA are forced to take desperate measures, including moving the supply from other countries to US. But due to massive loss generated through tariffs imposed, NVIDIA officially raised prices across all of its GPU offering, and this has affected the consumer's GPU market heavily, and by the looks of it, NVIDIA doesn't want to compromise on its profit. Now if we talk about the consumer GPU market, GPUs like RTX 50 series, the launch was a mess from the beginning. Inventory levels were poor and the prices were poof. Don't even want to start on prices, but you know how it was and how it's going on. But one card in particular that sees way too much hike in price is RTX 5090, but that is being sold for a far higher price compared to what they were a few weeks ago. And in Taiwan, the prices are increased by 10%, reflecting on the official hike by NVIDIA. I mean, look at this image. The price of 5090GB WindForce for 2600, MSI Ventus for 3000, and MSI Gaming for 3100, and for Gigabyte Gaming it's selling for 2900. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with these AIB partners? It looks like they were waiting for this to happen, and the moment it happened, they increased the prices overnight. To me, at this point, gaming on PC is very stupid and ridiculous. Now that is another story if you have money and that much to throw, but still, don't you think for a second that spending that much amount of money on PC and for gaming only, where the next year upgrade will cut the prices of your current equipment into half? To me, it makes no sense. I understand whatever NVIDIA is doing to secure its profit, but to be honest, these price hike will make NVIDIA RTX 50 series even more unattractive. So ultimately, in the end, NVIDIA will still suffer, but they are still putting the burden on the end users. So that's it for today guys, and I will let you know if I get some more news, leaks and rumors. Until then, peace.